the new chapter, that is chapter number 8, atmospheric pollution. So in your lower classes you have studied about environmental pollution. Okay, so what is environmental pollution? Environmental pollution is the effect of undesirable changes in our surrounding that have adverse effect, okay, or harmful effect on plants, animals, and also us, the human beings. So you know about different types of environmental pollution: air pollution, water pollution, and also soil pollution. There are so many pollutions. So today in our class we are going to discuss about acid rain. So what is acid rain? The term acid rain includes all types of precipitations, like you have water, rainfall, you have snow, and you have fog, dew, whose pH is below or less than the normal rain. So usually the normal rain that we have is slightly acidic. Its pH value is normal rain has its pH value equal to 5.6. Okay. Now pH values, whenever you have pH value lower than 5.6, and mostly in acid rain the pH ranges from 5.6 to 3.5. Now whenever you have lower pH value than 5.6, then those rainfall, okay, or those precipitations are called as what? Acid rain. Now sometimes the pH can go as low as even to 2. Now lower the value of pH, they will be more acidic and they will cause much more damage. Okay, so why the normal rain is slightly acidic? Because in atmosphere you have carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid as to CO2, and because of the formation of this weak acid, the pH of normal rain is 5.6, that is slightly acidic. And you have to remember the pH value of any neutral solution is 7. 7 is a neutral point. Above 7 they are alkaline. Below 7 they are what? Acidic. And lower the value of this pH, then they will be more acidic. Now let's discuss about the composition of acid rain. So what causes acid rain? There are oxides of nitrogens and oxides of sulfur. Okay, whenever they are present in the atmosphere, they dissolve in water, forming either nitric acid or sulfuric acid. Now whenever they are formed and they come back as the precipitation, here precipitation means rainfall, snowfall, etc. Okay, then we have what? We get acid rain. So you have to remember the main cause of acid rain is because of the oxides of nitrogen and oxides of sulfur. And in atmosphere you always have water vapor. Now whenever they get dissolved or react with water, then they form two acids, and these are strong acids: nitric acid and sulfuric acid. And because of this we get acid rain. So now the question is, from where this oxides of nitrogen and oxides of sulfur they come to the atmosphere? Now mostly you have to remember that fossil fuels, okay, fossil fuels, they always contain, whenever they are burned, they release what? They contain nitrogen, and whenever they get burned in oxygen, they release oxides of nitrogen. And sulfur is always present in coal plants, okay, and from these coal plants, whenever we have this sulfur which is present as impurity is oxidized, means they are burned, then we get oxides of oxides of sulfur, mostly sulfur dioxide, then sulfur trioxide, then finally they react with the water to form sulfuric acid. So let's discuss about formation of nitric acid first. Okay, so nitric acid and sulfuric acid, they are the main components of acid rain. So we are going to discuss about formation of nitric acid. Formation of nitric acid. Nitric acid. So nitric acid, the formula is SNO3. So we have this thing. Nitric acid is formed by the combination of nitrogen and oxygen. So you know it. Nitric acid, it contains nitrogen and oxygen. So it is formed by the combination of nitrogen and oxygen. So during lightning, what happens? Nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. So nitrogen present in the atmosphere combines with oxygen during what? Lightning. And during lightning, the temperature is very, very high. Around this reaction takes place at around 3000 degrees centigrade, and they get now converted into nitrogen oxide. So we get oxide of nitrogen from where? From lightning. And this nitrogen oxide now further combines with oxygen to give you nitrogen dioxide. Now once this nitrogen dioxide is formed, it reacts with water to form nitrous acid and nitric acid. So whenever this nitrogen dioxide reacts with water, we get nitrous acid, HNO2, and nitric acid, SNO3. So this is your nitrous acid, nitrous, and this is nitric. So these equations, you have to learn them properly. How this nitric acid is formed in the atmosphere. Now, these oxides of nitrogen are also formed in automobile engines. Okay, so one source of the formation of nitrogen oxide or nitrogen dioxide is because of lightning. The other one is this internal combustion engine that is from automobile engines. So now let's discuss about formation of another acid, that is sulfuric acid. Formation of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. The formula for sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Okay. Now this sulfur, as I told you, is found in coal plants, and this contains about 4% of sulfur. Now, whenever this coal forms, whenever this sulfur is burned in coal plants, then for burning, you need what? Oxygen. For combustion purpose, you need what? Oxygen. Now this sulfur will be converted into sulfur dioxide. Okay? In the second step, this sulfur dioxide will react with more amount of oxygen to form sulfur trioxide. So these are the steps that you have to remember these equations. Okay? Sulfur first reacts with oxygen in coal plants during combustion to form sulfur dioxide. Now this sulfur dioxide further reacts with oxygen to form what? Sulfur trioxide. Now this sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide reacts with water to form sulfuric acid. Okay, and this reaction also, see this SO2 plus oxygen. Now this again can react in presence of sulfur dioxide form can react with oxygen as well as water to give you sulfuric acid. So this is the formula for sulfuric acid, and once this is formed, then they come back as what? Acid rain. So you have to remember the equations for the formation of nitric acid and the equations, the steps which are involved in the formation of sulfuric acid. Now let's discuss about impact of acid rain. So we are going to study about what now? What effect does this acid rain have on this planet Earth? Okay, so the first one is acid rain affects soil chemistry. Since they are not acids, now whenever they come in contact with the soil, then they will wash away the basic components of the soil like phosphate, calcium, and they make the soil less fertile. Okay, it makes the soil less fertile, and because of that, the production of the farmers will be very low. The second one is acid rain has also caused, whenever acid rain it comes as acid rain, then it makes the water bodies all acidic, and because of this many aquatic lives are affected. Number 3, acid rain causes extensive damage to the buildings. Now buildings, they are made of what? Limestone, calcium carbonate. Now this acid rain, whenever they come in contact with this limestone, okay, then it gets pitted and they become what? Weaken mechanically. So you must have heard about this. The Taj Mahal is facing a serious problem because of this acid rain. Okay, because the limestone which is present in Taj Mahal is being washed away because of acid rain. Now, the next is acid rain. It also causes corrosion of metals. The metals get corroded because of acid rain. And acid rain, we know it has harmful effect on humans too. Okay, so whenever the pH range of this acid is very low, pH value, then they are highly acidic, and now they will affect what? They will affect our body and also the respiratory system whenever we inhale it. Now whenever it comes in contact with our skin, and if its pH value is low, then even our skin gets affected. Okay, so these are the points that you have to remember from this particular topic, acid rain. Please learn them properly. Thank you.